Hey, even if this planet and the universe is billions and trillions of years old, say some evolutionary scientist, and everything just kind of randomly came together after the Big Bang, and all these chemicals arranged themselves and met each other and formed these other components to themselves, and then added from that to something more complex, to eventually a very complex system. Uh, it still had to be organized. It still had to be. There has to be origins to it. There has to be a beginning, and it didn't just. Yeah, I mean that just randomly go through sequences, to genetic sequences, and trying to find the right combinations and trying to pair up certain molecules, and there's a lot of variables, a lot of variation there. And you have to, I mean, just like putting together the alphabet, which is a lot simpler than these than our DNA, the alphabet. You still have to have an arrangement there for it to be meaningful, for it to be purposeful. You have to arrange the letters a certain way so that they can form words and eventually sentences, and you know, the alphabet. Actually, our DNA is like the alphabet. You have similarities at least, and you can't have complexity just from a non-guided beginning. You can't just throw a bunch of stuff out there and say, "Okay, come back to it a couple million years later, and hope that something came from it by itself." There has to be some kind of directive, a programming to put it together in a systematic and orderly fashion. You can't have all. It can't all just be random. Random. It can't all have a random basis. There has to be some forethought, some ingenuity, some creativity, some imagination, some thinking, some thoughts and then it has to be put into in blueprint before it's built, before it's constructed. You have to put it on paper. You have to put it on some kind of an infrastructure to where you can follow it from A to Z. That's what we're called. That's called creation. Creation, it's put together. Engineered, manufacturing. That's So I'm not. I mean, I believe in evolution, just not Darwinian evolution. Evolution is just changes, that happen after so much a certain length of time, a period of time. But Darwinian evolution says you can have changes uh, that eventually turn into something that is perfectly ordered, perfect and orderly, and there's no real foundation to it. It just happened by chance. That's Darwinian evolution. Just happened by chance without a some kind of a source that at least brought it into existence, so that it could form these different complex structures after eons of time.